What's up, peeps? This is Todd, and welcome back to my show. Today, I want to talk to you guys about how you can retire a millionaire even if you never earn more than minimum wage. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to make a couple of assumptions. Number one, I'm going to assume that you start working at the age of 18 and you actually don't go to college. Number two, I'm going to assume that you live in the United States because that's the minimum wage that I know. Now, even in the United States, the minimum wage does vary depending on what state you live in. For example, in Seattle, where I live, minimum wage is $15 an hour. However, down in Georgia, minimum wage is only $5.15, which is $2 lower than the national average. But for sake of argument, what I'm going to go with is actually the Georgia number. So $5.15 as the minimum wage, $2 less than the national average. I'm going to show you how you can retire a millionaire if you never earn more than $5.15. If that sounds good, let's hop into the video. Okay, so our journey begins on your 18th birthday. You have just graduated high school and you got your first job making $5.15 an hour. At this point, you still live at home with your parents, so you're not paying anything in rent. You're just basically saving every cent that you can. So you are working 40 hours a week, making $5.15 an hour, which totals $10,300 per year. And anything that you don't have to pay in taxes, you are saving 100% of that because at this point, you are still living with your parents. Now, I understand that not everybody had the opportunity to live with their parents after the age of 18. I get it, but we're just doing numbers here just so you guys can see how this works. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to assume that you or whoever is working for $5.15 an hour and you're living with your parents for the next 2 years. Now, after living with your parents for 2 years, only making $5.15 an hour, you've only actually grossed $20,600 in income. That is, of course, before any taxes have been taken out. But as 2 years later, you are now 20 years old and you want to move out of your parents' house because you are sick and tired of hearing gross old people sex. So when you're 20 years old, you definitely want to move out of your parents' house and you look up rooms for rent. Remember, you're smart, you're trying to retire a millionaire, and you only make minimum wage, so you're not about to go lease a bougie apartment. So you go on Craigslist and you look up rooms for rent and you find this one here for $360 per month. But then you think to yourself, wait a minute. Instead of renting a room for $360 per month, what if I just buy a home of my own as my primary residence? And what if I in turn rent out those bedrooms to other people that I know? So after having that epiphany and after watching to the Bigger Pockets episode with Todd Baldwin where he teaches you how to house hack, that's when you decide at 20 years old you're going to buy your first house, and you buy a house very similar to this one, a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home for $149,000. Now, because you are a first-time home buyer, you can use a first-time home buyer program, and that's what you're going to do. So for this house, you're actually going to put 0% down. And for anyone who doesn't believe that's possible, there are indeed first-time home buyer programs where you can put 5% down, 3.5% down, and yes, as low as 0% down for that first home. So now what you're going to do is you're going to live in the master bedroom of this home. You are still working that minimum wage job of $5.15 an hour, and because you've taken one of the 4 bedrooms, you now have 3 bedrooms that you're able to rent out. Now, as we previously saw in that Craigslist ad, you can get $360 per room in this area. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to rent out 3 other bedrooms at $360 per month. And that brings in $1,080 per month in rent at the house that you live in. Now, putting 0% down on a home that costs $149,000, your mortgage payment is going to be about $711 per month. But taxes, insurance, interest, and PMI, that's going to tack on another $400 per month on average. So now your total payment is $1,111 for this house that you own. And of course, you're bringing in $10,080, so that means that you are living in a house that you now own for only $31 per month. It's not free like it was at your parents' house, but living in a home of your own for only $31 per month isn't too bad. Not to mention, you don't have to hear your parents smash anymore. So now, you still have that minimum wage job making $5.15 an hour, you have a home of your own, and you're renting out the bedrooms. You're living for $31 per month. You're going to continue to house hack for 2 years in that house. Now, this is very important because it takes 2 years of tax returns, 2 years of basically income history before you're able to count rental income to get approved for your next deal. So 24 months after you buy that first home, you still have the roommates, you're now going to buy your second home, and you're going to buy a home pretty similar to this one. It's $169,000 and it is 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. Now, because you're buying owner occupied, you are going to move into this house, you get to put down less than 20%. You're not a first time home buyer anymore, but you still get to put down less than 20%. So for this down payment, you're going to put 10% down. As the purchase price is $169,900, your down payment is $16,990. And of course, back at that first house you rented out, you have moved out of a bedroom, which means you're now renting that room out for $360. It's the same price you saw on that Craigslist ad. So now, instead of a negative cash flow on that home of $31 per month, you're now making positive cash flow of about $330 every single month on that first house that you bought because you rented out the bedroom that you just left. In this new house, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, you're gonna live in the master bedroom again, and you're gonna rent out the other 3 bedrooms. And because it's 2 years later, you're gonna rent these bedrooms out not for $360 per month, but you're gonna rent these bedrooms out for $400 per month each. So in this house, you're bringing in $1,200 per month in rent. Now, after putting 10% down on the house, your monthly mortgage payment is going to be $730, but again, that doesn't include for expenses like taxes, insurance, and all that stuff. So after you add back in $400, your total monthly payment to own that house is $1,130. But wait a second, because you're renting out those bedrooms at $400 per month, you're bringing in $1,200. So that means not only are you living completely for free, but now you're actually making $70 per month in positive cash flow in the house that you live in. So now you're 22 years old. You make a minimum wage of $5.15 per hour, but you have one rental house that's cash flowing at $330 per month, and you have another house hack that you are living in, and you live completely for free, making an additional $70 per month. So basically, you just increase your income by $400, and you still have that minimum wage job. So now, fast forward, you have been living in that house, and you have been house hacking for 4 years. You are now 26 years old. You still only make minimum wage. You are only making $5.15 an hour. You have not gotten a raise. Minimum wage has not gone up. And I know that's probably not likely, but for the purpose of this video, I just want to show you guys that even if those were the circumstances, if you never got a raise, if you're only ever making $5.15 an hour, it can still work. So now you are 26 years old and you saved up a bunch of money because you're living for free and you're making some cash flow from your rental businesses. And by the way, you're not spending any money on eating out, going to the movie theaters, or entertainment because you subscribe to the Todd Baldwin YouTube channel and you know how to secret shop. You know that you can get your food for free, your entertainment for free. You know that if you want to, you can even go to zoos and aquariums for free. And if you don't believe me, just check it out. I wanted to just show, in Georgia, where I do not even live, there are some fun activities you can do for free via secret shopping. So like you can, go to the zoo right here, if that is your speed, and you get $85 for your time to go to the zoo. So now you're 26 years old and it's time to buy house number 3, and you're gonna buy a house very similar to this one. It is $279,900. It is a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom home. You are moving into this house owner occupied, putting 10% down, so your down payment is $27,990. And again, you were able to save that down payment because for 4 years you've been house hacking, living for free, you're making minimum wage, but you're also a secret shopper for all of your entertainment. So now, again, just like last time, at the master bedroom that you moved out of, you're going to go ahead and rent that room out for $400 per month, and you're going to move into this new house. Now, your monthly mortgage payment for this new house is going to be $1,203. Your expenses are probably going to be about $450, like the taxes and insurance. So your total payment for this house is $1,653. And now you have 4 bedrooms that you can rent out, and this time, instead of renting them for $360 or renting them for $400, it is 4 years later from that second house. So you're now going to be renting out each room in this new house for $500. So 4 rooms at $500 is $2,000 per month. And we just established that your total payment for this house is $1,653. That means in a house that you own, a house that you're living in, you are living completely for free. Plus you are making $347 per month in cash flow just on that one house. Not to mention the second house you bought is cash flowing, and that first house you bought is still cash flowing. And by the way, this is also assuming that in that first house, those rooms are still only getting $360 per month, and on that second house, those rooms are only getting $400 per month, even though it's a few years later now. So now you still have that minimum wage job, you're 26 years old, you have 3 properties, you're living completely for free, and the cash flow between all the 3 properties is over $1,100 per month, each and every month. Now, 4 years later, it is your 30th birthday, and it is time to buy your next property. Now, by the time you're 30, you also have rental income on tax returns for 3 rental properties. And you've had tax returns on that last rental property for 4 years. The first 2 rental properties, you've had those tax returns for even longer than that. So you're able to use all of that rental income to help you qualify for this next house. So for the 4th house, you're going to buy a property very similar to this one here. It is $389,900. You are going to buy it owner occupied because again, you're going to move out of your current home and rent out that bedroom, and you're going to move into the master bedroom of this new home. You will be again putting 10% down, so your down payment will be $38,990. So this home is a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom home, so that means you're occupying the master bedroom, and there will be 4 additional bedrooms that you can rent out, and we're going to rent those bedrooms out for $600 per month. That means you're living in a house that you own, and you're collecting $2,400 per month in rent just on that one house, not even including the first 3 houses. Now, the mortgage payment for this house is $1,675. Let's assume an additional $600 per month in taxes, insurance, and interest. So that means that your total payment for this house is $2,275. And we already know you're bringing in $2,400 per month in rent, so after living completely for free, you are cash flowing $125 per month in a house that you live in. Not to mention, at that third house, that house that you moved out of, you're renting out that bedroom now for $400 per month, and you have the other 2 houses going for you as well. So to recap, at this point, you are 30 years old. You still have that job working minimum wage for $5.15 an hour that you got when you graduated high school at the age of 18. You now own 4 houses because you bought your first house at 20, you bought your second house at 22, you bought your third house at 26, and you bought your 4th and final house now at 30. With these rental houses, you are living completely for free. That doesn't even include the equity that you're paying down, or the appreciation, or even the depreciation that you get to write off for tax purposes. So now, here's what we've done. You graduated high school when you were 18, you did not go to college, you lived with your parents for 2 years, and when you were 20 years old, you bought that first property. And since then, you have blitzed, you have bought in a house every couple of years, and now you're up to 4 houses, and you're living pretty good, even though you're still only making minimum wage. But now you're 30, you probably don't want to live with roommates anymore, so you want to get a wife and kids, or a husband and kids, or whatever it is you want. You're just pretty much done house hacking. So at this point, if you want to go off and do whatever you want, get a house that you're not going to have roommates in, or even if you want to get a duplex and rent out the other half, that is completely your right to do. And of course, you probably don't want to have roommates if you're going to have kids pretty soon. But think about this for a moment, you guys. That first house you bought for $149,000. The second house you bought for $169,900. House number 3 you bought for $279,900. And house number 4 you bought for $389,900. So now you have this huge real estate portfolio, and after you add all of the values of those homes up, your real estate portfolio is $987,800. So now you're 30 years old, and once those homes are paid off, you will have close to $1 million in paid off assets. But that isn't the whole story, is it? Because one thing we have left out in this equation is appreciation. So let's assume for a moment that each home that you bought will appreciate at 2% interest per year. Your $987,000 real estate portfolio, compounding at 2% interest every single year, after 30 years, once those homes have been completely paid off by your tenants, that real estate is now worth $1,789,000. You are now 60 years old, and it's 5 years before most people retire, and your net worth is just under $1.8 million. Now, I know some of the haters on this video will say, well, not everybody wants to live with roommates until they're 30. You're right, not everybody does want to do that. And also, not everybody will retire with $1.8 million by the time they're 60.
How dare you!
Most Americans today cannot afford a $400 emergency, let alone have over $1 million in assets. So the purpose of this video was not to say if this solution is right for you, it wasn't to say if it's right or wrong, or even a good thing to do. All I wanted to do was talk to you guys and tell you that if you work a minimum wage, at the lowest possible rate that this country offers for minimum wage, and you're just smart with your money, you can still retire a millionaire. You can retire a millionaire 5 years before the normal retirement date. A lot of people do not think they can reach financial success because they claim that they don't make enough money, or that housing is too expensive, or whatever the reason is. And what I just walked through is numbers showing how even if you live at the state which has the lowest minimum wage in the entire nation at $5.15 an hour, if you start working when you're 18 and you don't get a raise or anything else, you're just smart with your money, you can retire a millionaire when you're 60. So I am not going to articulate my opinion on whether or not I think that housing should be more affordable or the minimum wage rate should be higher. I'm not going to get into that in this video at all. The only thing that I wanted to do is show you guys that even when you make $5.15 an hour, and for your entire life you never get a raise, you can still retire with $1.8 million. I'll see you guys at the next video. Peace.